Hey friend, welcome. I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I take pictures of them, list them on eBay and Poshmark, and hopefully sell them to make a profit. Today is Thursday, February 8th, and these are the items I sold yesterday. There's nothing. I sold 0 items, and I might have a smile on my face, but I'm not super happy about it. But I am taking the time to do things that will hopefully kind of jumpstart my sales. I don't know. I will be honest with you. I'm new at this. I don't have data to back anything up, but I'm just telling you this is what I'm doing. I'm not sharing with you what you should do, just what I'm doing. So I have 4 things that I'm doing because my sales are slow. And there'll be a 5th one at the end, which is similar to the 4th one. Okay, so number 1, I'm staying consistent. There's a caveat to that, which we'll get to. But I'm continuing to list. I'm continuing to photograph. I'm continuing to thrift. I am still doing all the things that I've been doing. It's easy to get discouraged and say, forget it. I'm not doing any of it. It's easy for that to happen. And I just want to encourage you, if you're feeling that way, to just keep doing what you're doing. eBay looks like this. Reselling looks like this. There are really good days. There are horrible days. There are a lot of days in between. And at the end of the day, I can't look at one day sale and be like, oh, I'm terrible at this. I have to look at consistently how I've done throughout the week. Actually, it's been a really bad week too. The month, not a great month either. But the year, the last year has been really good. This has been something that has been a way that I can make money mostly from home, other than thrifting, where I can still be with my kids, I can homeschool, I can do my work with them beside me or them helping me, and that's important to me. So I'm going to stay consistent. The second thing I'm going to do is mess with my promotions. I don't talk a whole lot about promotions on here, but I do promote most of my eBay listings. Right about 4%. So when I get kind of in a sales slump, I go in and I adjust the promotion. I don't know if that works. I really don't, but it makes me feel better. It makes me feel like I'm being proactive. I'm doing things on my eBay site, which I hear other people say that eBay likes when you're active on the site. So I go in, I mess with my promotions. I move it from 4.2 to 4.6 or something like that. Over the past 2 years, I've experimented with promotions anywhere from 2 to like 10%. I honestly haven't seen a big difference no matter what I do. So right now I'm at 4%. Maybe I'll bump it up and try 6% and see if that even helps or not. So the third thing I did yesterday was I put a sale on. I thought, you know what? I don't know why people aren't buying right now. I don't know if it looks like my items are being shown. It looks like people are looking at them, but no one's buying. We know the economy is tough right now. We know that, Christmas, people are still kind of reeling from that. Credit card bills come in from that. I can only speculate. I don't really know. I'm not buying as much right now either. So anyway, I put a sale on. I did like a graduated sale. So I put 20% on everything. And then if I've had it for more than 3 months, I put it on 30%. If I've had it more than 4 months, I put it on 40%. In the past, I've gone even further and done like 5 months at 50% and so on and so forth. But I chose not to do that, just kind of for simplicity's sake. And when I've done that before, I didn't see a huge uptick. Let me say that right. I didn't see a huge uptick in like the 50 and 60% off sales. So, for me, I watch a significant amount of YouTube, like when I'm taking pictures or when I'm folding laundry or whatever. And I watch reseller content similar to this, but I hear often like people will say, if you're not selling stuff, it's because your stuff is bad. I don't know that that's actually true. I think that there are multiple factors. I do have some really good stuff in my inventory. I do have some bad stuff in my inventory. I'm not ignorant to think that everything is wonderful. I live in a smallish town in the Midwest. We're not the highest price store in our town is a Kohl's. We don't have a lot of high-end items here for me to source. So, I do have a lot of just kind of regular stuff that's not going to sell very much. That also tends to be, oversaturation. There's a lot of items listed, so that means the sell-through rate's not super great on a lot of my items. But hopefully putting a sale on will kind of bring the cost down, and people might, maybe it'll bring my items in a higher search if people are searching by price, which I do consistently when I'm buying things. I was trying to find shirts for my husband last night, and I certainly was pricing or searching by price, low to high. So, hopefully maybe that will bring my items higher in the search, having a sale on. Another thing that you could do, and I have done in the past, and I just haven't right now, mostly for time's sake, is put a coupon on your store. So in addition to the 20% off, maybe do an additional 10% coupon. And if they use the coupon, then it's an additional 10%. I chose not to do that right now. Excuse me. But, that's one thing that you could do as well. So number 4 is I am giving myself some grace. I think it is really hard to, it's hard to keep up sometimes. It's hard, especially if you're part-time, if you have other things going on. It's a lot. It's a lot. The sourcing, the listing, the updating the spreadsheet, the shipping, it's a lot of stuff. And sometimes you need a break. So I consistently take Sundays completely off. I try not to even look at the apps. I don't do anything. I will say that's mostly true. I probably check things twice a day just because I like to. And it's really hard without completely taking the app off my phone. I should just take the app off my phone. Anyway, but yesterday was super busy. There were appointments. There was, I had teenagers that were babysitting in other places. My teens don't drive yet, so I was shuttling them back and forth. It seemed like there were glasses that got broken. It was an accident, but just life happens, right? And it was just consistent. I told my husband, he came home and I was like, I feel like I've been running all day and I have gotten nothing done. And that's really what happened. And I had planned on and had even a chunk of time set aside to list my 10 items for the day. That's what I'm currently trying to list. But I needed to take photos of those because I had gotten behind on photos. And I, at the end of the day, I had time. I did. I had probably an hour and a half that I could have cranked out those 10 photos and gotten the 10 listings done. But I decided to spend them with my husband instead. And, that was a decision that I made based on the fact of, first, this is part-time. This is adding income to our family's budget. I'm not paying our mortgage on this. We're not eating off of this. This is for fun stuff in our budget. So, it's important to our family. That's for sure. I don't want it to sound like, I don't need this. We need this. It's important to our family, but I'm not worried about, paying my mortgage off of this. Does that make sense? Anyway, I was exhausted from running all day. I still, have a cough from being sick from the last month. And that's exhausting. If you have ever had that happen, when you're coughing constantly, it just wears you down. yeah, so anyway, I gave myself some grace and just decided to sit on the couch with my husband and have some quality time with him, instead of worrying about the 10 listings that I hadn't gotten done all day. Now today, that means I have work to do, but I have less running to do, less meetings, less appointments, and so on. So the bonus fifth thing, I'll get there. The bonus fifth thing that I want to share is I really want to, for me personally, and I would encourage you as well, is just to focus on being content with your life. Sometimes it's hard. I talk about this pretty consistently, I think, because it's really important to me. We can kind of just burn ourselves out trying to make our business or our life look like something that we think it has to look like based off of social media or our friends or our neighbors. And really, I think it's important to look at your own life, to look at my own life and know that, for me, just like yesterday, it was more important for me to spend quality time with my husband than to list 10 items. Is that going to mess up my sales next week? Maybe. I don't know. I've skipped listing days before. I don't do that consistently because, like I said, number one, be consistent. That is really important. But sometimes it's okay to turn off the media, to turn off social media, to not watch YouTubers. And YouTube probably doesn't like me for saying that, but there are certain YouTubers that when I am not feeling good about my business, I can't watch them because I find myself comparing myself to them. And I don't want to do that. So I watch people who are encouraging to me, who maybe their sales look a little bit more like mine do, or maybe they're giving tips and tricks and not showing their top sales that sold for over $50 this week. Because that doesn't make me feel good about what I'm doing. So anyway, I think I'm done blabbing. I hope you've liked this video. I would love to hear in the comments if you have tips. What do you do when your sales are slow? Maybe they're not super do this on eBay, do this on Poshmark. But what are some things? Maybe you go out and give yourself a treat, get a cup of coffee or something. That's actually not a bad idea. A 0 sales day equals coffee at the local coffee shop. That might be worth putting in the list. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you do when your sales are slow. Help each other in the comments. Help me in the comments. I did notice I'm a little backed up on replying to comments, but I love chatting with you in the comments. So anyway, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do try to upload a ship with me video every night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And so that's like my daily what sold, basically, kind of chronicling what sells. So sometimes nothing sells, and that's the reality of it. But if you like content like that, I would love it if you would subscribe and help grow my channel. Let's see, what else do I have to say? I think that's it. I appreciate you so much. I'll see you soon.